Well, welcome to this fifth session of Over the Fence. Patience, I've heard, is a virtue, and I'm not a terribly virtuous person. The truth is, what we're talking about, reaching over the fence, building bridges of relationship with others, requires a great deal of patience. I think that's at least one of the reasons why Jesus uses an agricultural metaphor when he talks about planting seeds of faith into others, and that's how the kingdom of God grows. Planting seeds is not an immediate gratification endeavor. Seeds take time. I think there are several lessons that we can learn out of Jesus' metaphor of planting seeds. First and foremost, farmers can't make seeds grow. That's God's job. Farmers can plant seeds, farmers can tend to the seeds, but only God makes seeds grow. And that's true in this endeavor of reaching out over the fence. We can't make faith grow in anyone. That's God's job. And I don't know about you, but that gives me a great deal of comfort. It's not my job to make anybody have faith. That's God's business. My job is to plant seeds of God's love and God's faith into others. And God does all the rest. And then we also learn that those seeds take time to grow. The truth is, relationships take time to grow. Trust and caring, compassion, all take time to grow in relationship. There are some relationships in my life where it's been years since I began to plant seeds of God's love, and I still haven't seen anything grow in terms of faith, but that's not my job. That's God. So I have to live in patience. And so do you. A friend of mine just told me the story about someone that he and I had both planted seeds into back in Columbus, Ohio, 7 years ago. I utterly lost track of this young woman, but just a few weeks ago, she came to church for the very first time. She said, I decided I really needed to invest in my relationship with God. And when I thought about going to church, the first place I thought about was your church. That's how planting seeds works. 7 years. It takes patience. So I'm praying that you and I together, by God's grace, will build bridges of relationship as we reach over the fence into the lives of others, and that we'll continue to nurture those seeds with lots of time, with lots of grace, with lots of love, lots of laughter, lots of fun. That's what relationships should be. But we remember that we won't always see the fruit of that labor right away. We may never in this lifetime. That's in God's hands. For now, we trust and we live in patience as we plant seeds, as we reach over the fence into the lives of others. Happy planting.